Thanks for tuning in to today's video. My name is Conor. I'm an IFS-trained life coach. Today I want to talk a little bit about worthlessness. And this is something that I've seen every person I've ever worked with has some variation of a part of them that feels worthless. So some of the ways that a part like that can show up is with some version of the expression, I am worthless. I am not good enough. Maybe I don't like myself, or I hate myself, or I am bad. And this is something that can deeply impact many of our other parts. So we have a lot of parts that try to protect us and take care of us throughout the day. And a lot of those parts are doing that in order to avoid that feeling of I am worthless or some variation of that. So the best thing that we can do with parts of us that feel worthless, that have a story that they are not valuable or that they're not lovable, is to show them love, is to be able to, from within ourselves, reach out to those parts and send love. It's absolutely wonderful and beneficial to receive love and validation from the outside world. But if we only rely on that, I don't believe we can ever really touch those parts in the same way that we have the capacity and the ability to do so from within. The nice thing here is that you don't actually need your parts that may struggle with worthlessness to be activated. You may not need them to really be present in a way that you can sense them or feel them or have a conversation or communication with them. But what you can do, whether they're activated or they're not activated, is just ask yourself, does it make sense that I could have some of these parts? So whether you have this part activated or not activated, you can still send love to that part. And the best way to do that is by having the awareness that this part exists within you. And from that place, trying to feel a genuine compassion for how a part like that could feel. And an easy way to do that is to imagine that a friend of yours, or if you have a child in your life, that's sometimes even more powerful, is to imagine that this friend or this child in your life is coming to you and saying these things that this worthless part inside of yourself sometimes says or sometimes feels. I am worthless, I am not lovable, I hate myself, stuff like that. And just imagine that your friend or this child is sitting in front of you with that energy. And how would you feel? How would you respond? Most likely, you would feel a lot of compassion for them and a lot of care. And it's that compassion and that care that, in my mind, is an expression of deep love that your parts can genuinely receive from you in such a powerful way. So in imagining that someone you know externally is coming to you with this same sense of worthlessness, and then noticing how your system would respond to that, that can give you a mirror, a reflection of how to do the same thing within yourself. Remember, in IFS work, we're not identifying parts and connecting with parts or sending love to parts with the idea that this is going to change them. And once they receive my love, they're going to be better. We want to just love them exactly where they are. And through that process, parts often do shift. But we really want to relax any parts of us that have an urgency for change to happen. Any parts that have an agenda for a part to be different, we want to really help those parts relax. And we want to really tune in to our compassion. So ask yourself, can you feel compassion for any parts of you who are feeling worthless in this moment? Can you feel love for them? Can you feel care for them? And if you can, then just taking a moment to send that to those parts. And like I said, even if those parts are not active in this moment, you doing that work of intentionally connecting with compassion related to those parts will most likely be felt. Remember, this is a practice. It's not something that you necessarily have advanced skill at. And we all have to start our practice at a different place. But the best way to get better at a practice is to do it on a regular basis. So I really encourage you today to find a moment to find that compassion for yourself and just be with that. And if you notice that you have parts that are resisting that compassion, see if you can have understanding and compassion for those parts. And if you feel like nothing has shifted or nothing has changed, rest assured that in you taking the time to attempt, you have done something. You've done something really powerful and special for yourself today. I hope this video was helpful. If you want more, internalfamilysystems.org. We have some great programs over there for you to dive a little more deeply into these processes with yourself. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time.